Hey guys, sorry, this is Rom, back on track. I made some changes to the setup. I changed Windows 10 DVR, my game recording device, changed it to NVIDIA Shadowplay, because I understand that NVIDIA Shadowplay more
a better solution other than, unlocking the door?
Better utilizes the GPU for the recording instead of the CPU, and in my system my CPU is a bit weaker than my GPU, so I prefer to do it there. And I read good reviews on Shadowplay, and I must say it's really plug and play. It's easy to start, except for that the default settings, they have like this high quality setting, and that is like crazy high quality in the sense that even a 2-minute video is like 500 megabytes immediately in file size, so you have to dial that down a bit. So it's NVIDIA Shadowplay for recording. Besides that, I have another cool thing I could change, and that is the upscaling in the graphical options of the game. I could turn it off. I kept it on. It means upscaling is that it's actually a resolution of several parts of 720p being upscaled to 1080p, thereby reducing the graphical load or whatever, but it makes the screen quite blurry and washed out. I kept it on because at the beginning level at the university it was really jerky, but as you can see, I just tried it off again just now, and it's fully playable. It's absolutely doable. It's not a steady 60 FPS, but it's well below, above 40 FPS, which is and even 50, sometimes hitting 60. That's certainly good enough for me. And also I'm now uploading it to YouTube at 30 FPS, so I'm even wondering whether in the YouTube video you would see the difference at all if I would play it at 60 FPS in game. Yeah, so ready to rumble, new setup, and let's go. What I noticed is this car over here, and I'm not sure whether it was there yesterday when we initially came here, when we finished the last part of the playthrough. But yeah.
This is weird. Huh. I could swear this is the same cab I was in when I came to the university.
It's a taxi. They all look the same, don't they?
That's a good point.
I'll check the license plate on my phone and see if anything comes up, but it's a long shot.
What you also can see over there is that Nissan is not only placing like its mini electrical cars in game to do some product placement, but also doesn't shy away of big billboards. Just like the new Microsoft Lumia 950 XL is being advertised in game. It's and over there also Mimbal or whatever it is. I'm not sure whether that's a fictitious brand or it's a real life one. You could put some questions mark there when you pay $60 for a game, that you are also being bugged with commercial advertisements. On the other hand, I really couldn't care less. I actually like it because it simply makes the world more realistic, more true to life. I mean, in the real life there are real brands, so in game I prefer to see those real life brands instead of made up brands thought of by the developers. So I'm all for it, and I'm actually really glad that I could turn off upscaling, because it's so much more sharp, the image. It was so washed out with upscaling on, so that promises a good second half, or the rest of the playthrough. I'm glad.
You okay?
I just checked the news reports, and Monarch is being heralded as a hero. No, I'm not okay. Because if I had just refused to make that confession,
Then you'd be dead. Somebody else would have done it.
doesn't make it easier.
Any ideas how to get inside?
The whole building's falling apart. There's gotta be an opening somewhere.
Key doesn't fit.
Whoa. Hey, I just looked up the license plate of the cab parked over there. It belongs to somebody named Nick Marsters.
Nick Marsters? That's the name of one of the witnesses we picked up from the university.
Yeah, I recognized his picture. I saw him there. But how did his cab get here? Do you think Monarch took it?
It's not possible. I've been monitoring Monarch activities this whole time. I honestly don't know.
That's our way
Yes,
in.
Amy? What is it?
There were others taken from the university. Friends of mine. What happened to them?
Should be
One moment,
released by
guys.
now.
I have somebody at my
Monarch
door.
convinced them the same thing they convinced.
Okay, that was a courier service delivering a package for my neighbors. God damn it. Can we get over there? Ah, okay, we will go over there. But now...
Hey! Think I found a way in.
Okay, that's cool. What the hell is the open window then? God damn it, dude. Ah, it's just the same attic. Perfect. Nice beach ball. Always nice. I mean, I assume it's the same attic. Or is it? Huh?
Damn it. These stutters aren't going away.
Damn stutters. Damn stutters. Here, I think that is how you can come in. Oh, wrong button. But now I wonder whether that is actually a valid route. Because it looks like you can't really get further here. Let's see. Ah, okay. You can only climb it from one side and not the other one. I cannot equip my weapons, which is a bit weird. It looks so much better with the upscaling off. Last time I'm mentioning it. Because I can understand that you are thinking, Rombbb, dudes, stop repeating yourself. And I'm like, good point. We're going strong. We are going strong as a mofo. Nice lighting. Check it out, people. It is a really beautiful game. With incredible physics. These are the kinds of games that I like most, to be fair, to be honest. Royal coffee. We are in the canteen of a swimming pool.
Will had used the building to hide away his personal items.
Okay. Will was here.
What the hell were you doing here, brother? Time travel experiments with rats?
First chrononaut, by analogy to astronaut. That was like a pioneer mouse.
Okay, May 17th, 1998. This is William Joyce, and I'm about to conduct the first animal test of the machine prototype using my trusty pet mouse, Schrodinger, in order... Wait, he's gone. Where'd he go?
It's 1998.
Come on, Schrodinger. Come to Willie. Come on, you're okay. You're alright, Okay, finally, we're sending Schrodinger into the machine clockwise through the corridor, which will send him 5 minutes into the future, meaning he will re-emerge exactly 5 minutes after he enters the machine. It has now been 3 minutes. No sign of Schrodinger. This is a very good sign. 2 minutes to go. Okay, so yeah, turns out he just kind of sat inside the corridor for 5 minutes, took a shit on the tubing. This reveals a very clear flaw in my test. My mouse is an idiot.
Okay, test failed.
Okay, the machine is warming up again. Should be able to activate test number 2 in around about 5 minutes and 15 seconds. It's now clear the only quantifiable test will be travel to the past. The machine is now calibrated to send Schrodinger 5 minutes into the past, which means that he will now be traveling counterclockwise through the corridor, and when he comes out the other... Holy shit. Holy shit, it worked. This is clear proof that it's... What I'm now looking at is a future version of the same mouse that has successfully traveled 5 minutes into the past. Schrodinger, meet future you. Fucking hit me.
Whoa, pretty revolutionary.
$12,000 moving bill. Must
Riverport
have hauled a lot more to this place than just some old boxes.
discrete moving surfaces bill. Riverport discrete moving surfaces. No questions asked. UPAC we move. Moving dates March 1st, March 28th, 1999. From workshop of William Joyce, 821 Industrial Lane, Riverport, to Bradbury Swimming Pool, 261 Bradbury Street, Riverport. Client's name William Joyce. Special instructions. Extremely delicate boxes. Contents are confidential. Packed boxes not to be inspected. Pick up and drop off only. Shipping 70 truckloads over the course of 17 days. Total cost $12,730. pretty cheap, I would say. 17 truckloads for 12 grand. If it are big trucks, pretty cheap. Or actually, I'm not sure whether it really is cheap, but when I moved last time, I had like this, I rented this super small van, and it was also a couple of $100, so compare that to a big U-Haul, I would say 12 grand is not too bad. Anyways, somehow it either in the industrial complex his workshop became too small, or he wanted to keep it more confidential, so he went to this old abandoned swimming pool complex in 1999.
You owned this place since 1999? Why didn't you tell me, Will?
Will, I put all of your paperwork regarding the purchase of the Bradbury swimming pool in this folder. I knew you'd lose track of the documents otherwise. I've made sure that the purchase can be traced back to funds from your research grant. I don't know what you're up to, and it's not my business to ask, but we've known each other long enough for me to say this. I trust that you know what is best for you, but I can't pretend that I'm not concerned. Your career is showing so much promise, and your recent actions feel like a drastic turn in a direction I can't begin to understand. I kept my promise and haven't told Jack or anyone else about this, but he's worried about you even if he doesn't know how to show it. Jack hasn't heard from you in months. He needs you. Your attorney and friend, Alison Cunningham, March 29th, 1999. That may be the reason why they got estranged from each other for 6 years. Will was so preoccupied with his revolutionary work that he simply didn't have the time to maintain a good relation with his brother Jack. And that probably didn't mix well with Jack himself. So they grew apart.
No wonder you are always coming up with crazy shit.
I think that are wheat plants with a lamp, and he gets stoned and thinks up crazy shit.
Teresa Sedmak here, filling in for Bobby Radford, about to brighten your day with some good news. The victims wounded during the terrorist attack on Riverport University are being treated in the Monarch Solutions Medical Center in downtown Riverport, and the hospital has released a statement saying they are all now stable and out of critical condition. I'm sure they are thankful for all your good thoughts and prayers. As for those who didn't survive the attack, we still don't have a final death toll, but we do know that most of the dead are security personnel from Monarch Solutions, whose quick actions saved countless civilian lives at the cost of their own. While Jack Joyce, the terrorist responsible for the carnage, is still at large, authorities are saying that he is believed to not have left Riverport, and thanks to a number of solid leads, his capture is imminent.
Okay, off-scaling is off, but some of the graphics don't fully agree with that, I guess. I mean, this is a new definition of low-res. Shizzle Cola, this is what I mean. It would be so much more cool if it would be genuine Coca-Cola brand over here. It would just make the place feel more real. Cool music, cool song. We'll continue shortly. Just curious if it's like a playlist or whether it just cuts out after this song. And I like the song, so. No idea who's singing it. It's a pretty long song. Would it be like a loop? Like the end stuck to the beginning, playing endlessly? Delicious burgers. Oh, this is the end. Very cool song. And it's a radio station that plays one song. So a pretty shitty radio station, I would say. Engineers. Artificially flavored sweets or whatever. Man, they did a hell of a job. They did a hell of a job. Even the locks are pretty detailed. And see the, how do you say it, the relief, the carvings or the sculpting on the door handle. I mean, can you imagine this whole place? It's of how many pieces it exists, pieces that you all have to model meticulously. That really explains why games, the cost of developing AAA games are equaling, if not exceeding, those of Hollywood blockbuster movies. It's crazy. I would not be surprised if these are like Remedy the devs. If I were them, I would also put myself on pictures like that.
Any luck in there?
Just like in
Working on it.
in the university where there were those guys that were marked as student of the year, that for sure were
Gonna unlock this door for us?
Remedy devs.
Yeah, just hold on.
Okay, I guess we will be going there afterwards here. Yeah, so let's get the ladies. Our lady friends, Amy and Beth. Beth looks like she's on a mission.
All right, let's take a look around.
Alright.
Down here.
How does
Nice
she
work.
know this place? Was she already here? Beth, you're not allowed in the gents. God damn it, Beth. God
This note.
damn it,
It's
Beth.
directed at me.
July 4th, 2010. Beth Wilder, I'm addressing this video to you. You told me to stay away from my workshop, but I couldn't just leave it there. I went back to get it, and the entire place is a disaster zone. The countermeasure, gone. Taken. Oh, shit.
What the...
Safe, empty. I just need to know you have it. Because if it falls into the wrong hands, its power is immeasurable. Our future, our entire lives depend on it. This can't all be for nothing. You know where to find me. Please, hurry.
2010. Holy shit.
What was that?
He recorded that for me in 2010? What the fuck? He said the countermeasure's gone? It's not good. We need to figure this out. Let's keep looking.
But I'm also confused
Help me
now.
push this out of the way.
I'm very confused. He made his machine in 1999.
I need help moving
Then
this.
he also already immediately devised a countermeasure. Now in 2017 or 16, everything goes when it's the game time. It's 2016. Everything goes wrong. How did he knew that, and how did he knew to place the video here? And as such that Beth would be going past this location. I have no idea, but whatever. Come on, Key. Damn it. Useless key. In the shallow end, diving platforms at your disposal at the deep end. No, there's in shallow. Okay, I'm pretty sure we will. That's my layman game developer instincts kicking in. I'm pretty sure we will have a gunfight in an empty swimming pool. That's what I think.
Jack, your brother addressed that video to me, but I've never met him before in my life.
Well, it sounded like he thought you had his countermeasure.
I wish. But he said it was stolen on July 4th, 2010. Somebody took it. But I'm hoping this place will help us figure out who. I'll give you the honor of pressing the button.
Yeah, shall we immediately press the button? I'm always a bit circumventing the main primary path, just because I'm scared that some kind of cutscene triggers and that you're not able to explore the other rooms for possible collectibles or chrono sources. That's why I tend to look at stuff like that first, like here. Thank you very much.
Alright.
Alrighty then. And is this nice sun glare action going on? Yes, it is. Ladies. I've always been wanting to go into a ladies changing room. Never dare to. I never dared to. But there must have been some beautiful changings have going on in there. Anyhow, we have to press the button. Let's see if it's... No, it's not dynamic physics. Stuff like that, eh? The little... How do you say it? The clamps where the pipings are stuck together. You have to make all the meshes, make all the textures. It's yeah. Go at it. Being a dev for a world like this, it's a pretty big task, if you ask me.
Is that?
Yeah, I think so.
The machine?
Second time machine.
Whoa.
This changes everything.
Whoa.
If we can get this thing working, then we don't need that countermeasure. We can change everything. What if we stop the fracture from ever happening in the first place? We can go back to yesterday, undo everything in the past before it happens. Nobody dies. Paul doesn't go through the machine. Monarch never exists. I mean, the fracture never occurs.
Jack, wait. Let's think this through. That's not how it...
I can go into the machine like Paul did at the university. I helped him set it up. Then we activate the core, put the corridor in place, and set the date. I can do it, Beth.
I'm not so sure we could do this without the countermeasure. But you're right. We'll need the machine.
Right. Let's start with the core.
Explanation? Anybody?
I saw some kind of visions of this machine in his workshop. You must have hid it here.
Feel free to fill me in. Anytime now.
Okay, core controls. Where are they?
Yeah, this is sounds like a great plan, but it's all under the assumption that the machine is still operational after being stuck in an abandoned building for whatever, 15 years, 16 years. Okay, that is the same kind of button that was also in the industrial workshop of Will.
These schematics are all in Will's writing. He did all of this. Built everything.
Monarch was made aware of its existence shortly after it was completed. In 1999.
1999.
They believe it was destroyed shortly after. I imagine Will wanted to keep it that way.
The schematics for the countermeasure spanned 11 years, 1999 to 2010. In itself, that wasn't strange. But the guy built a working time machine in 2.
So the countermeasure is actually more complicated? Cool, like an MS-DOS Windows, what would it be, 95 machine? From William Joyce, where are you? To Beth
Anybody
Weller.
check out this map? It looks like he labeled where everything is.
Beth, the time has arrived, it's here. Everything you warned me about is about to come to fruition. Please give me a sign that you're still out there. Put my mind at ease. Tell me you have the countermeasure. I'm losing my mind over here. I spent years trying to convince myself that you were wrong all this time and that I built the countermeasure for nothing. I tried to move on, pick up the pieces, but now I have seen the proof. Paul Serene brought me in to advise on an experiment at the university. They've built it. They've built another time machine, almost an exact replica of my own design, but with key flaws in the calculations.
You might want to check out this monitor.
Just like you said, if they activate this machine, then the fracture will occur. How is this possible? How have they followed my...
These houses even look like they're from the 21st century. Guy sure as hell know how to make his life more complicated.
How have they followed my design so closely? Somebody's been watching me all this time, haven't they? Somebody's orchestrating this, all of it. I'm being followed. At first I thought I was paranoia, but it's true. A man has...
Look at this, Jack.
has been watching my every move. I secretly took his photo, ran a search. His name is Leon Burke. He works for a security division of Monarch Solutions. I first noticed... God damn it, Amy, shut the hell up. I first noticed it weeks ago, but this could have been going on for years. What does he want? What does he know? How is he connected to this? I need answers. I don't know who I can trust anymore. I don't know who else is involved, what they want, why. I need to hear from you. I need to know that I'm not alone in all of this. If what you once told me is true, then the onset of the fracture may be inevitable, but I can't simply stand by and allow it to happen. Not until I know the countermeasure is safe. The weird thing is that Beth Wilder never, according to her own statement, never met Will. Okay. From Will, it's gone. The countermeasure is gone. What happened? Call me immediately. Where are you? Have you taken it? It's not safe in the open. You don't understand the power of this device. I dialed the number you gave me in case of emergencies. You aren't answering. What's going on? This is all in 2010. I'm freaking out. Still trying to call you. Fuck. Call me. Email me. Something. I can't sleep. Please call me. The number you gave me is now disconnected. Where are you? Hello? It's been a year. I still haven't heard anything. You know where to find me. I've given up hope that you're still listening. I'm not sure why I'm writing this, maybe to get some closure. You changed the course of my life when you entered it. I spent over a decade devoted to your cause. I sacrificed every relationship I had, pushed away everything I love, all in the name of a lie. There's no threat coming. There never was. I have to force myself to believe this. It's the only way to move on. It's the only way to pick up the pieces and start over. This is goodbye. I've seen it. The cause of the fracture exists. It's here. Are you still out there? Okay, so since 2010 July, somehow the countermeasure was stolen, and Will is contacting Beth for that, but she doesn't respond. A lot of reminders in 2010, even till 2011, actually till 2012. So 2 years emailing without response. And then in 2016, October 4th, so that is, I think, yeah, I'm not sure where we are now, but yeah, a couple of days ago, in-game time, he says, I've seen it, the cause of the fracture exists, it's here, it's still out there. And then he sends another email on October 8th. And I'm not really sure when the fracture took place. Was it the 9th? I thought it was September or something. Probably it was October 9th. Paul Serene brought me in to advise on an experiment and he built it. But what is also weird is Monarch is copying his initial design for the machine. They replicate it for their own purpose. Then Dr. Kim dies, and to appease their investors, they bring in William Joyce to replace Dr. Kim while they are building his machine. So I'm not sure whether that was purposefully done. Or whether it was just plain stupid, because of course he will recognize his own machine and probably could form to be an obstacle for their mischievous plans.
Will received a massive research grant in 1997. He'd successfully built the time machine by 1999. But the results scared him. He never told a soul.
Physicists on the Rise article. Riverport Physicists on the Rise, June 4th, 1997. Dr. Joyce and Dr. Meyer became household names earlier this year when the paper on the proposed existence of a corona field became one of the most hotly debated theories in the quantum physics community since the Higgs boson. William Joyce, born and raised in Riverport, wasn't satisfied with simply being a part of the discussion and decided to actively search for proof. His proposed research project led to him obtaining the highly prestigious Harold Steinberg Fund with an estimated value of $150,000. Dr. William Joyce is officially the youngest recipient of the Harold Steinberg Research Grant to date. While the specifics of his research proposal remains confidential, it is likely that Joyce aims to demonstrate clear proof of the so-called Meyer-Joyce field, as well as potential applications for the manipulation of this field. A research timeline has been established with milestones that point to early 1999 as the period when this research will be ready for public unveiling. We will continue to follow William Joyce's story as part of our Riverport Rising series. Okay.
Hey, Amy.
What is this?
I don't think you'd believe me.
In the past 2 hours, I've learned that Monarch is a secret paramilitary.
It's a time machine.
Okay. I'll compartmentalize that with everything else that shouldn't make sense.
We should help Jack.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Gotta figure out where to start. Where are the core controls?
A lot of wires going to the core. And there's a cord that connects 1 and 24. I think the blue balloon to the left states. Then we have some power units down below. To the right we have a symbol with an N in it. Not sure what it means. Okay, then we have to put some flow, current flow, so put flow to 2.4. Okay, I think we need to connect the number 1 and 24, whatever those represent, and put flow to 2.4. Nice physics. And we have like a lever.
It says the time machine core needs to be reset.
Great. What the hell does it look like?
A round thing in the middle. Think.
Okay, before we start repairing it, also check what this does.
The corridor. It's key activated. Will's key. I can't activate the core till it's reset.
Now, this is what I meant with the graphics having come a long way since the 90s. This was more or less how it was. Yeah, a bit better I think in 1999. But check out this game world. That's where we are now. It's crazy. Seen a lot of the development in the past 25-30 years, and I'm actually a bit sad that, of course, life is pretty short, that I won't get to see what graphics will look like in... we'll still see a lot. Maybe I will actually fully experience photorealism and VR and stuff. So I should not get too melodramatic at this moment.
Anything back there?
No, nothing I can make sense of.
A Civilian's Guide to Time Travel. A Civilian's Guide to Time Travel, cliché working title by William Joyce. Rough Ideas, February 28, 1999. Opening statements. Open with a zinger. Schrödinger cat joke? Note. Find appropriate accompanying cat photo. Note. No cat photo. No science explained here. Marketing bullshit. Time machine is works. Implications is limitless. Give me your money spiel. Build up existence of time machine. Content here dependent on findings from first human test later tonight. Findings, facts dumped down for the mouth breathers who will inevitably want to invest. Purpose of guide to explain to mouth breathers how the machine works and why. Note, proofread and delete all mouth breather references. Time machine overview. How research started. Include gratuities for research grants. Sucking ass. Community and investors. Note, also thank Jack for his patience. Now that this is over, I promise to be there for him. Well, that's also pretty heavy. Note, too personal. Basic overview of time machine. Parts. Quantum particles. Note, nobody will give a shit about this or understand. Skip it. How time travel works. Simple terms. Subject activates time machine. Step 1 core, step 2 the corridor. Subject sets the desired time travel date. Subject enters the corridor. Compare corridor to donut in shape to explain. Note, add joke. You don't want to eat this donut or your body will suffer terminal chronon saturation leading to your slow but inevitable death. Jesus Christ, the word inevitable. I've never read it like in the past 10 years. And now in this level, I've already been reading it for like 4 times, or 3, 4, and it's quite hard to pronounce. Inevitable. Inevitable. Okay, note, cut, joke, disturbing. Subject walks around the corridor. Walking clockwise around corridors travel to future, or counterclockwise around corridors travel to past. Clock-like design. Subject arrives at new time in future or past. Space-time continuum, travel across space. Time travel is not a portal. Spatial destination will not always be the same as entry point. Time travel is tied to a rotating black hole core. Note, explain the core first. Note, fuck it, just compare the core to a car engine. Look up info on car engines. Subject will arrive in future, past at the location where the time machine and core were located in that time. Cannot travel to a time when time machine and core are not active. Cannot travel to a time before core was first activated. Cannot travel to a time when time machine and core are not active. Cannot travel to a time before. To a time when time machine to a time before core was first activated. Okay. I wonder what the difference is between those latter two. Cannot travel to a time when time machine and core are not active. So it did exist before the machine, but it's simply not active. You cannot go there. And you cannot travel to a time before the core was first activated. But that's the same as what the before the last bullet point says. Cannot travel to a time when time machine and core are not active. That's the same as before being active. Not active is simply not active. Okay, whatever. Examples of how time travel works. In 1999, a time machine core is first activated. The time machine is located on an island. In 2000, the same time machine with the same core is moved to a circus tent. Teddy enters time machine in 1999 and drives 2000. He exits the time machine and is in a circus tent. Time machine core is first activated. The time machine is located on an island. In 2000, the same time machine with the same core is moved to a circus tent. Teddy enters time machine in 1999 and drives 2000. Okay. Note, use better example, no circus tent. Teddy cannot travel to a time before 1999 because the core was not active. Will bang my goddamn head against the wall every time somebody uses example of not being able to go back and kill Hitler to try to sound clever, funny. A dinosaur joke though? Explain you can't go back and see dinosaurs. Fucking sucks. Closed loops. In theory, all actions resulting from time travel is already accounted for. Should not be able to change the past. Any attempt to change things was always part of the chain of events in the first place. Already happened. Explain Novikov's self-consistency principle until heads go pop. In theory, all actions resulting from time travel is already accounted for. Okay. Metaphor to explain closed loop. Time is an egg. You can move the egg, but no matter where you move it, the same chicken will hatch. Somebody indeed earlier in the game, I think it was Jack, mentioned how Will explained what happened to with the time fracture by analogy to saying that time is indeed an egg and that it was a fucked egg. Note, terrible example, plus you could just eat the fucking egg. An egg is sitting on the table, you leave the room, come back and the egg is broken on the floor. You aren't sure how this happened, but it saddens you. The egg was important to you because, insert reason that makes sense here later. You travel to the past to prevent the egg from breaking. When you arrive in the past, you rush over to the table, accidentally bump it, the egg falls and breaks. You cause the very thing you try to prevent. Closed loops. Why the hell do all my examples end up being about eggs? Note, replace egg with something else. Okay, and this is from 1999, and in 2016 Will relays the same egg example to explain what is happening at the university and with the time fracture. So in 1999 he proposed to himself to find another example instead of eggs, but that didn't quite really work out as intended, I guess. But it doesn't matter, I find an egg a good example. Not that my opinion matters, but for what it's worth. Man, it's so nice with upscaling off. Whee! Whee! Okay, first go to the toilet, then... Oh, not possible. Then repair the machine. Whee! Noise. Only this is supposed to be a metal bar, so the physics are a bit too light. Okay, this is the corridor. Let's check if... No, we can't go in there. It's pretty exciting. I think we are going to go in a time machine. That is pretty damn marvelous. Thank you very much. By the way, I've always wanted to have a tool cupboard like that. They're so cool, but they're freaking expensive. Parents killed in Riverport car crash article. December 22nd, 1999. Parents killed in Bradbury car crash. Holiday cheer is in short supply in the Riverport community of Bradbury. After a tragic car crash claimed the lives of a married couple, Anthony and Catherine Joyce. The accident took place within walking distance of the family's front door on Princeton Street in the early afternoon. Catherine Joyce, who was driving, lost control of the car after a collision with another vehicle and crashed into a utility pole. The other car left the scene of the accident. The Joyces were both well known in the Bradbury area as prominent members of the community. Last year they were recognized by the mayor for their charity efforts, particularly the Riverport Multiple Sclerosis Walk they have organized every year since 1993. The couple left behind 2 children, the promising young physicist Dr. William Joyce and Jack Joyce, still underage. A candlelight vigil will be held for Anthony and Catherine on Sunday to unite the grieving family, friends and the community during this tragic time. too bad. Jack was still underage when his parents died. That's really bad. Really sad. Nice gold plated tin foil. Golden tin foil. Don't think it has golden plates on it. Okay, our circle is complete. Let's fix that damn time machine. She's handsome. She is very handsome. Okay, we can activate the core over there. The rotating black hole thingy.
Hey, it looks like I can reset the core from here.
Are you sure you know what you're doing there?
No clue. But I did help Paul set up the machine at the university.
Which then caused the fracture.
Look, Will knew the calculations were wrong. Hoping that means he knew what he was doing here. This is what Will was leading us to. We have to test it. The core. That's what we set up first.
Initializing all
This
systems.
could actually be the key to finding the countermeasure.
This is so cool.
We'll see.
The
Still
loading
resetting.
bar actually works. It's the first time
The
in
core
game.
is reset. We need to activate it from the control booth.
Controls are up here according to the monitor.
Usually in-game computer screens are static as shit. This one was somewhat somewhat showing actual operation. Liquid nitrogen doesn't sound too good. And safety EQ, very important. If I knew what it was. All right. Here we go. Oh, that's the core there. We need to activate the core.
You said Will built a countermeasure. What makes you so sure this isn't it? The time machine.
He said the countermeasure was stolen. But the machine is still here.
Antique.
Here goes nothing.
Exciting.
What was that?
It's fine. It's fine. It worked. It actually worked. Okay, we activate the corridor next.
Okay, there's no way that thing should be exposed like that.
What do you know?
This is gonna work. It has to.
You guys aren't actually planning to use this machine, are you?
Didn't you hear
So
what...
I guess you're not at all concerned that one guy jerry-rigged this entire thing together? Because I think I literally see duct tape. Okay, no, this is a great idea. Yeah, no way that this is gonna backfire.
Thank God.
Cool.
Is that supposed to do that?
Will's key did that?
Yeah.
Looks like
Key
I'm
to a time machine and he left it in the trunk of his goddamn car.
on park ride.
That's my brother in a nutshell.
Where did we get the key?
That didn't sound good.
Trunk of the car. Oh yeah,
Fuck.
that little
Let's just hope it still works.
motorhome thingy. Let's set the date, peoples.
No.
What?
God damn it. I don't know. We were so close. I'm gonna try it again.
Yeah, like hell you are. You saw what happened. Something's wrong with the machine.
We don't know that.
You're not trained for this. Anything you do is gonna make it worse.
We
You
can't.
know I'm right.
Stop trying.
You lost people. You're angry. I get it. But this is bigger than us. We can't fix the machine. But I might know somebody who can. Sophia Amaral.
The Monarch scientist. I saw her video near Ground Zero.
Serene's head of Cronin Research. She'll be at the Monarch Gala tonight, but security's airtight. She'll be nearly impossible to get to.
Unless I have an invite. Paul told me he expected me to meet him at that party.
Something tells me that was not a friendly invitation. Jack, no.
I'm in a mess, I can't help it. I just go round and round. I'm paranoid, I'm selfish. Push me, I climb up, I'm shellfish. We had a dream, I shelved it. That eats me up, that's Elvis. Las Vegas era, I'm hot bag lady, hot Bagheera. I got my hand on my heart, but my heart's in the gutter. Talking to itself, starting to flutter when it thinks about yours. Barking at mutts like a nutter. Trying to start wars on the bus. Dumb chunk of muscle with its.
The future used to be so clear when I was reliving the past. Once I caught up to the moment I had left, that ended. All I've had to go on since then are the plan and the visions. I knew Jack would come to me. I'd seen that, but I didn't know why exactly, or how it would end.
There he is. You were right.
My visions of the future aren't always clear, but they don't lie.
Speaking of lies, Joyce is saying he's discovered his brother's time machine.
We've spent 17 years looking for it, and he finds it in less than a day?
Does sound unlikely.
Still, we know it's out there somewhere, and we don't know what his brother managed to tell him.
If he really has located the machine, why would he come here and tell you? Smart Money says he's trying to play you.
Maybe, but the machine is out there. It's in our interest to find out where. And if Jack knows, I have to talk to him.
And put some enhanced interrogation techniques on his ass.
Dr. Joyce could have provided the answer to that question.
Just kidding.
William's attitude and knowledge made him a liability.
Is that angry young man going to cooperate any more than his brother did? You remember Jack is a close friend, but that clouds your judgment. Don't make this personal.
It's not.
Then don't forget why we're here tonight. After what happened, our people need reassurance that we're in control. You're the man who could win them over. Let me handle Joyce, so you can concentrate on your speech.
I know what's at stake here, Martin.
Is this like a time distortion, or is it simply my graphics card acting up? Check out the pop-in in the back. I think it's my graphics card.
Mr. Joyce is waiting for us down below.
Dr. Sophia Amaral had taken over our Chronon research department after Dr. Kim's accident. She was the only one who could treat the Chronon syndrome.
Guys, I'm cutting the video short here. I think this is a good... Oh, I found one narrative object. So that's not that many to be found. Anyways, I find it this is a good moment in between the action. Nice watered, by the way. To take a bite. I will be back shortly.
We should go.
See see you in the next vid. And for the meantime, keep on gaming.